want to feel those feelings. We want to really live in them, to be in them, to understand them, and allow them so that they can, like that song, The Holy Love, they can flow like that ocean. They can flow with us, around us, and through us, and be here with us today as we become more full, present, purposeful human beings in our life. So this is SAMHAIN. You all know it as Halloween, right? And there's all kinds of stories of how it got to where it got to today. I know, coming from a Celtic background myself, that it's not in Ireland as prevalent as it is here in the United States. We always kind of have a way of changing things around here in this country and making them unique, which is great and wonderful, which is what we do at Gathering of Light, right? We take all of these different ideas and we bring them into ourselves personally, and how do we work with them? How does that work with my relationship with the divine as I understand it? And facing our fears, and what people say usually is our greatest fear is the fear of death. Right? That is that finality. Like, what is that? What happens at death? Like, everybody wants to know what happens at death. And all the world religions have different ideas. They all tell us different things. This is where it gets a little harder, right? When you're doing this kind of idea where you're presenting the different faiths and different traditions, we'll look at all of them, and there's all different ideas of what happens after death. Because nobody's absolutely sure, right? We have a few masters that have died and returned, according to different faith traditions, and their message has never been one, stay alive, don't worry, panic. Right? It's never been that message. Worry, fear about death. It's always been, I got you. I got you. I always have you. And we always have each other. And never forget that unity. Never forget that connection. And that's the purpose. In whatever way that we can draw down that belief and feel it within our very DNA, the message is there. Connection. Eternal connection. Now, from a physical sense, there is a separation. I can't touch you, right? And that hurts. And that hurts from a physical sense. And so our bodies go through a process of letting go. It's like the trees outside are letting go of their leaves. They will never have those leaves again. Those leaves that provided sustenance and food and nourishment to those trees were literally a part of them in their very essence and being. They gently fall off. And each leaf knows when it's time to let go. And that's what we have a hard time with. When is it time to let go? Right? Because this grasping and holding on. You see the leaves that are stuck there every once in a while, got stuck on something. You know that leaf should have been gone. Well, sometimes you just want to just grab it off the tree yourself and help it, let it go. That's us. That's us in our clinging to those ideas. And that's us forgetting what all the traditions have told us, that there is an eternal connection in whatever way that you want to perceive that connection. Maybe it's another life and you'll see each other in another life. Maybe it's in heaven. Maybe it's in all the different places that they can be. It's always about, we will always be together. We are always together. Fear not, we are always together. Putting that into practice in our lives is another thing. And one of the things that we need to do is we need to allow for this grief to just wash through us. This holiday of Samhain was, don't be afraid of the dead. Welcome it. Open up your doors to death. Open up your doors to those that have crossed over. Open up yourself to those fears. And any of the fears that you still hold on to, face them. Light that fire and jump over it. We do a lot of those motivational speakers, right? Walk through the fire. You can do it. You can do it. And that's just psyching you up. But that's really not about facing that fear. The fear isn't the fire. The fear is within ourselves. To feel this deeply. If I can hurt this deeply, I can love this deeply. If I'm afraid to be hurt this deeply, I cannot love deeply.
Yeah.
Life is a balance.
Yeah.
We can't be afraid of it. We need to go through it. You know, you can have more than one emotion. You can be happy in your life and just like wailing with grief.
Yes.
You can.
Yes. Yes.
I had that experience. Scared the crap out of my mother. You know? I had a significant other that had passed away. And I remember I didn't have a chance to grieve. It was a relationship I never had a chance to grieve. So what I decided to do was I was going to take the time to grieve like some traditions. They would have the wailers, and there would be these women that would come. And they would come with the families. And they would walk through the processionals. And they would wail. And they would wail. They would wail for the places that the family couldn't feel yet because they were just in shock. Like a lot of times what happens is we're shock first, right? They could this, but they wanted to make sure there wasn't this cutoff between that process and allowing for it. And they would wail and they would cry and they would grieve. And they would allow themselves to just howl and cry and howl. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try. I'm going to see how it works. So I went out in the backyard. That was not a good idea, but I went out in the backyard. And I turned on a CD, Camelot. We used to like to play Camelot. We used to listen to all the singing of it, and listen to it all the way through. Because we thought we knew each other in past life. That was like Camelot. And I listened to every song, and I wailed, and I cried, and I wailed, and I had to lay down. I couldn't physically function standing up. And then after the CD was over, I stopped, and I felt like I could fly. I felt like I was connected to heaven itself. I felt this opening in my heart. I felt my heart had just was stretched wider. I thought now I can love deeper. I was excited to have new love in my life, to have life continue to go on, because I could be in this love and I could share this love. And it stopped being about an I. And this we was eternal, and I knew it, and it was this connection. We can't be afraid to face our fears. We can't be afraid to feel those hard, tough feelings of life. They're glorious. The message is, though, don't do it alone. Okay? That's why the whalers were there. They were there with each other. You know, I'm one of those people that just throw myself into the fire here. So, but if any of you need that help, I offer it to you as a community. And we have wonderful people who want to do it for you. You're not alone. We have hard times. But we've made fun out of death, right? Halloween, all the things that we're not afraid of, this formation and the goblins and all those things. And I've always told my granddaughter, I'm a witch. Always a witch. A witch, why? Because I am one who connects with nature. There's no witches. One that connects with nature and follows the rhythms of the earth and participates and respects it and honors it. So we stay in that connection in all that we do. So this sowing, remember that this veil is thin. The connection is our responsibility.
Yes.
We're the ones that shut it off. It is always there, whether it's for a loved one or for the divine itself. And the more that we can keep it open, the more that we can live a purposeful, full, beautiful life. So